Okay. So good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon. So I'm audible now. Please mute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Please mute your mic. Muskan, please mute your mic. Okay, thank you. So please stop videos and please mute yourself. Okay, so I will start the class. At the end, last 10 minutes I will give for you for the interaction. So during that time, whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me. So in between, don't chat among yourself and don't unmute and don't start your videos. It will be disturbances for all and for me also. Okay, so since it is a limited time for us, first I will try to complete at least one lesson or one question answer which is important for the examination point of view, and definitely at the end last 10 minutes, okay, I will give for you for the interaction. During that time, if you have any queries and doubts regarding the subject, okay, I will clarify it. So here today class we are going to be discuss that production analysis. In the part of that production analysis, we are going to be discuss about the law of variable proportionate. Law of variable proportionate, which is very, very important for the examination point of view. Okay, so this question is very important for the examination point of view. Okay, so production, nothing but creation of utility for the waste material. Okay, yeah. Whenever we are talking about this production, production can be defined that production, okay, production, nothing but creation of utility for the raw material. Okay, raw material is known as what is called production. So a raw material, or we can say that it is a waste material. So if we are creating the utility for the waste material or raw material, that is known as the production. So for example, there is a raw material. From the raw material, nobody will get a direct utility. Okay, there was no direct consumption. So when the raw material is bringing to farm and producing as a final commodity, from that final commodity we can consume. From that you can get the utility. Okay, that is called what is called utility. Okay, here the creation of the utility. See, for example, this is the cloth. Before the manufacturing cloth, this was in the form of the cotton. Okay, cotton cannot consume directly by the people. So that's why the cotton is bringing to the farm, textile industry, and where we are producing as a cloth. So this cloth we are consuming directly. So from the cloth we are getting the utility directly. This is called a production. So that's why manufacturing of goods, providing the services may be known as the production. To produce any commodity, something is required. Okay, whatever the things is required for the production, they were known as the factors. Okay, factors of production. Factors of production. So the factors of production, nothing but whatever the things are required for the production of any commodity or services is known as the production. Okay, that is called factors of production. According to the economics, there are 4 factors of productions are there. That is the one is land, which we donated with N. N nothing but nature. Okay, that is called land. And another one is labor. Okay, labor, that is L. Labor. So human resources, human skill, okay, human capital we can say. And capital. Okay, maybe missionaries and all, which is called K. And the 4th one is known as organization. Okay, organization, which is known as the O. So O is called organization. Okay, like that, we have the whatever
Okay, sir, this is perfect screen.
okay, so this is organization. So NLKO. Okay, NLKO. That is land, labor, capital, and organization. These 4 are known as the factors of production. So without these 4, we may not produce any commodities and any services. So that's why here, whenever we are talking about these 4, this 4 is known as the factors of production. Okay, factors of production. With the help of these 4, only we are going to produce the goods or services. Okay, that is the point what we can see when we are talking about this one. Okay, now here when we are talking about the production, there is a relationship between input and output. Without giving the inputs, we cannot expect the output. There will not be output. So these four factors of production are also known as inputs. Okay, these four are also known as the inputs. So we provided the inputs, automatically we can expect some output, which is called production. Okay, which is called output, which is called production, what we can say. So production and output, so we can see. So here, now come to this one, the production function. When we are talking about the relationship between input and output, then concept is called production function in economics. Okay, production function, nothing but production function is a concept in economics that explain the relationship between physical output and input. Okay, input, raw material is an input, labor is an input, technology is an input, capital is an input. When we are giving this input, we can get some output, which is called physical output. Okay, the physical output is also, of course, known as the production. Okay, production. These inputs are also known as factors of production. Already told you. Okay, factors of the production. So if we are explaining the relationship between this output and input, or if we are explaining the relationship between production and factors of production, that is known as the production function. So output refers to the number of goods and services produced in the given period of time. Production, output, nothing but how many goods and services we produced in the given period of time is known as the production or output. Input. So on the other hand, is the number of resources or the materials that are used to the production of output. So whatever the things, whatever the resources we are using to get the output, so they were known as the input. According to our economics, okay, according to economics, we can say that factors of productions are called resources. Okay, resources or input, we can say. So while the production is simply the process of creating goods and services for the consumption, already I told you. Okay, production nothing but it is the process of creating the utility, making the consumption. Okay, some of the goods cannot consume directly. So that commodity we are making for the process directly for the consumption. So the production function is the concept explaining the quantity relationship between input and output. So we can know that. Okay, that is a production function, what we can say. Okay, that production function, it means production function, it refers to the relationship between the quantities of output of the production and the input or factors of production. Quantities of quantities of output, nothing but production. Input, nothing but factors of production. Already I told you. So if we are explaining the relationship between these two, which is known as the what is called production function. Okay, production function. So it explains the amount of output that can be produced according to the quantity of input. Okay, according to how much quantity of the inputs we are giving, based on that we can expect the output. Okay, we can expect the output. And four main factors of production exist, already I told you, which is called land, that is N, labor, L, capital, called K, and entrepreneurship, okay, which is called organization, called O. So N, L, K, O, these four are called inputs. Okay, these four are called factors of production. Okay, by giving these four inputs, we are expecting some quantity of output, some quantity of the production. So there are two types of the factors of production. So here fixed factors of production and variable factors of production. Please remember here when we are talking about the factors of production, okay, there are two categories. So one is fixed factors of production. Okay, fixed factors of production, and the second one is what is known as variable. Okay, variable factors of production. Okay, variable factors of production, what we can say. So, like here, fixed factors of production and variable factors of production. These are the two important factors of production we can see when we are talking about the factors. Fixed factors of production, nothing but they will exist even non-production period also. Okay, generally, whenever we are producing goods and services, during that time, okay, during that time, we will give some inputs. But some of the factors of production, that inputs always required, even though there is no production process in the company. For example, building, technology, machinery, all these things available. Okay, today, even though production was not there, okay, even though production was not there, this expenditure will be continued. Salaries for the watchman, even though firm is closed today, Sunday, or so for 5 days or 6 days because of some problems. Okay, this the salary for the watchman will be continued. The rent for the building will be continued. Okay, the machineries may be available. Like these things will be, that expenditure will be continued. But some of the factors of production, like labor, there may be expenditure whenever there is a production, otherwise may not be. Raw material, expenditure of the current charges. Okay, all this will have the expenditure during the production process only. If there is no production process, this type of expenditure may not be prevail in the company. So here, okay, this type of the expenditure will be there. Okay, based on that, we can divide the factors of production into two categories. That is fixed and factors of production. Fixed factors of production, nothing but so they will be during the production process and non-production process also. And variable factors of production will be there only during the production process, what we can say. Okay, that's why here fixed factors refers to those aspects of the production that remain the same regardless of changes in the output. Maybe production will be changed or not. This type of the expenditure will be continued. This type of the factors will be continued. And variable factors are those that may be changes as output changes. Okay, fixed factors will not be changed even the output changes. But when we are talking about this variable factors, they will be changed. Okay, they will be changed according to the output only. So here, when we are talking about this production function, okay, production function, we know that NLKO, that is land, labor, capital, and organization. These four are called, inputs. Inputs. And output, that is called production. Okay, output, that is called production. So here, what is production function? Production function, nothing but to explain the relationship between input and output. Okay, input and output, that is already I told you. So that's why this one we can write like this: output is a function of input, that is NLKO. Okay, this is called production function formula. O is nothing but output. Output nothing but production. Production is a functional relation. F nothing but functional relation between this and that. Functional relationship between input and output. Okay, F nothing but a functional relationship between this input and output. So this NLKO are the inputs already I told you. Okay, NLKO are called input, what we can say. Okay, so this one here, generally, this organizer is also human being. That's why organizer will explain the part of the labor according to classical economics. N nothing but raw material. Raw material is the part of the capital according to classical. చెప్తే మీకు అర్థం కాదా? ఐ టోల్డ్ యూ మెనీ టైమ్స్, డోంట్ డిస్టర్బ్. మీ అంతగా మీరు చాటింగ్ చేస్తున్నారు, వీడియోలు ఆన్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎవరో స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేశారు. ఇది మీకు ఒక్కరికే కాదు. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్, ప్లీజ్ లీవ్ ఇట్. అదర్వైజ్ ఐ విల్ రిమూవ్ యూ. Definitely I will remove from the class. This will be disturbance for all. If you are not interested in the class, you can leave. Nobody is forcing for you. Otherwise, like yesterday, I will leave the class. Yesterday also you created a lot of disturbances. That's why in the last 15 minutes I was not there in the class. I leave it. Okay, it will be disturbances for you and me and all. Okay, when I am already told you that last 10 minutes I will give time for you people. I will interact with you people. If you have any queries on the regarding the subject, I will discuss with you. Definitely I will be discuss with you. Okay, that is, please cooperate. We have limited time. So with limited time, we will try to discuss many points without creating the disturbances. Again, someone is unmuted. Please mute yourself. Okay. So this is what you call according to classical economics. Okay, according to classical economics, factors of productions are only two, that is called L and K, labor and capital. According to that people, land is a part of the capital and organization is a part of the L, that is labor. So that's why L and K. So that's why according to the classical formula, production function formula is called Q. Q is a output. Q is a quantity. Q is a function of L and K. Okay, Q is a function of L and K. That is labor and capital. So this is what it was there here. So the formula for the production function is a Q is a F of K and L. K or L, for K and L. K is a capital, whereas L is a labor. Q is a output. Q is a production. F is a functional relationship between this and this one. Functional relationship between input and output, what we can say. So here, this is what is called production function. Look at the production function are divided into two categories. So that is types of the production function. So these production function are divided into two categories. Okay, two types. One is short-term production function and another one is long-run production function. Okay, this is the first one and this is the second one. Short-term production function and long-term production function. Okay, short-term production function and long-term production function are two types of the production function in economics, in the production theory. In the short-term production function is the relationship between the specific variables of inputs and quantity of output. Because please remember, if we want to increase the production, we have to increase the input. That we know. Okay, if we want more output, we want to give more input. That's why if any firm or producer want to have the more production, definitely he has to give more input, more factors of production. But in the short period, there may not be time to change all the inputs. Since it is a short period, there may not be more time to change all the inputs. All the inputs already I told you. So here, when we are talking about this one, okay, when we are talking about this one, during the in any period, first of all, if we want to increase the production, we have to increase the input. Utpattini penchali ante utpatti karakalanu penchali ante inputs nu penchali. That is the basic principle. But in the short period, when there is a lack of time, during that time, if the producer want to increase the output during the short period, since there is a less period, he cannot change all the inputs. Okay, whatever the inputs are available with him, that can be changed, remaining will be constant. Please remember, during the short period, all inputs may not be changed. To change all the inputs, the more time is required. Since it is a short period, no time to change all the inputs. That's why some available inputs will be changed by the producer and remaining will be constant. That will be there in the short period. So in the short run production function is the relationship between the specific variable input. Variable nothing but change. Changed input. Changes are input. Inputs are changing. The variable input and output. So output will be increased. That is one. But so in the short run production function, only one factor can be variable while others may be fixed. Labor. Labor is an input. If we want to increase the production, one day we cannot construct the building. One day you cannot purchase the machinery. So one day we cannot develop the technology. That's why only labor can be changed if you want. Immediately we can change. Immediately we can increase. That's why only one factors of production is the variable remaining or remaining constant. Okay, remaining will be constant. That will be there in the short run. But when we are talking about the long run production function, since long run means there is a lot of time. If the producer want to increase the production, immediately he can increase the, since there is a time, he can change the input. He can increase the input. Okay, he can increase the input to increase the production, what we can say. So that's why the long run production function explains the relationship between all inputs and the quantity of output. All inputs are having the impact. All inputs can be changed if it is required. If it is required, all inputs can be changed. So that's why all inputs are going to be seen in this particular aspect. Okay, in the long run production function, all the factors of productions are inputs are variable. Okay, all the so that is so yeah. Once again, okay, please listen once again that production functions are divided into two categories. One is short run production function and long run production function. Short run and long run production function. Short run production function, here why we divided like this? Again, any producer generally he want to change the output. Sometimes he may increase the production. If there is no demand for his product, he may decrease the production. If there is a more demand for his production, he will increase the production. He will increase the production. So here, if the producer want to increase the production or decrease the production, for both, he has to change the input. He has to change the input. If you want to increase the production, input should be increased. Okay, if you want to decrease the input production, input should be decreased. Okay, input should be decreased. So that is what point. Here, in the short period, since there is no time for the producer to change all the inputs, if the production want to change by the producer during the short period, he can change only some factors of production by keeping constant other factors of production. That is, okay, why? He can change all the inputs if there is a lot of time. But since we are talking about the short period, during the short period, there is no time to change all the inputs. That's why only some factors of production will be changed by keeping constant other factors of production. So that's why in the short-term production function, it will explain the relationship between the specific variable input and the quantity of output. Variable, nothing but variable, nothing but there is a chance for the change. Changing inputs is called variable inputs. So in the short run production function, only one factor can be variable while others remain be fixed. Okay. So in the short run, within the 1 day or 1 week, he cannot producer cannot build one building. He cannot construct one building. He cannot develop the technology to increase the production within the short period. So that's why if the producer want the production, more production, he cannot increase the building or technology and all. He can increase only labor. That is only variable. Remaining all are constant. That is one point. And the second is the long run production function. Long run production function. So long run production function will explain the relationship between all inputs and the quantity of output. Okay, production function, nothing but explain the relationship between input and output, I told you. In the long run, if the producer want to increase the production, he can change all inputs because there is a lot of time. Since there is a lot of time for the producer, if he want, he can change all the inputs. Okay, by changing all the inputs, he can develop. Okay, he can increase the production. So that's why in the long run, we can say that all factors of productions are variables. All inputs are the variables. So simply, we can say that in the short period, some factors of productions are variable, some factors of productions are constant. That is fixed variable, fixed factors of production. In the long run, all factors of productions are the variables. All are variables. Please remember, all are variables, so we can see. Okay, that's why. So based on this type of the production function, we can analyze that how the producer is going to be changed, how the producer going to be take the decision regarding the production. Okay, that is based on the short-term production, what is the producer behavior, and during the long period, what is the producer behavior. To know the producer behavior during a short period and long period, there are different type of theories explained by the economists. Among them, to know the producer behavior during the short period, there is one theory called law of variable proportion. To know the producer behavior during the long period, there is one particular theory is called law of return to scale. Okay, law of variable proportionate for the short period. To know the short period producer behavior, law of return to scale is to know the producer behavior during the long period. Okay, long period, that is what we can say. So to understand, it may be short-term production or long-term production theories. First, we know type of production, types of the production. So now, till now we discussed types of the production function, that is short-term production function and long-term production function. Now we are going to discuss the types of the production. Okay, when we are talking about the types of the production, there are three categories. So one is total production, and another one is average production, and the third one is marginal production. Total production. Okay, total production, average production, and what is known as the marginal production. The total production, the first one is called total production. It will refer to the total amount of goods and services produced in the given period of time, that is with given input. How many inputs are there? and based on the inputs, the total, how many goods or services are produced in the given period of time will explain the what is called total production or total output. Okay, the total production, or which is also called total output. The average production, the second one, average production refers to the total production per unit of the variable factors of production. Per unit of the production, per unit, we can get the average production by dividing the total production with the number of factors of production. Okay, number of factors of production. That's why average production is equal to total production divided by factors of production. Q, here we can say that Q nothing but factors of production, or we can say that N, number of inputs. Okay, number of inputs. So per unit of variable factors is explain the average production, what we can say. And the third one is known as the marginal production. Marginal production is the quantity of total goods and services when an additional unit of the variable factors are used. Okay, here marginal production is nothing but it is an additional output okay, it is additional output when we are changing the additional input. So that's why the marginal production is going to be right like that. Change in the total output by change in the number of inputs. Change in the number of factors of production. Delta is the symbol for the change. Delta is the symbol for the change. Okay, so here a change in the total output by change in the inputs, that will be called change in the total production. Okay, that is called marginal production. These are the three types of the production we can say. Okay, here when we are talking about these three productions, there is a relation that the relationship between total production and marginal product is an increase in the total product at an increasing rate results in the increase in the marginal production. Okay, whenever the total production is increasing with the increasing rate, the marginal production also will increase. That is one point. And the increase in the total output and diminishing rate causes the decrease in the marginal output. That is, okay, when the total production is increasing with a decreasing rate, the marginal production will be started to decrease. Please remember, when the total production is increasing with the increasing rate, marginal production also will increase. When the total production increasing with the decreasing rate, diminishing rate, the marginal production will start to decrease. And finally, as the total production begin the decreases. Okay, when the total production decreases, the marginal production will fall and becomes a negative. When the total production is the top position, okay, when the total production is the peak stage, the marginal production will be zero. So the 4 points you have to understand. When the total production is increasing with the increasing rate, marginal production also will be increases. That is one point. The second, when the total production is increasing with decreasing rate, okay, decreasing rate, then the marginal production will be started to decrease. Okay, started to decrease. When total production is in the peak stage, topmost stage, then marginal production will be zero. Okay, marginal production will be zero. And when the total production is decreasing, okay, decreasing, then marginal production decreases and it will be what is called in the negative manner. It will be the negative manner, increasing or decreasing. For example, the total production is 10 and 12, like 15. From year to year, it was increased 20%. From year to year, it was increased more than 20%. More than 20%. So that is total production is increasing with the increasing rate. Okay, during that time, the marginal production will increase. Suppose here the total production is 10 and increase from 10 to 20, that means total production increase 20%. And the total production is increased from 12 to 13, means total production is increased, but it was increased around 10% only. So here from year to year total production increased, from year to year it was increased. From first it was increased 20%, later it was 10% increase. Okay, here total production is increasing with a decreasing rate. During this situation, marginal production will be decreasing. If the production from 13 to it was suppose decreased to 12, nothing but it is called decline. Decline, production, total production is decreasing. So in this situation, marginal production will be in the negative manner. Okay, this is the what is called the relationship between all these type of the productions. So the relationship between the average product and marginal product can be explained as when the average production is greater than the marginal product, the average product is increases. Okay, when average production is greater than the marginal production, average production increases. But when the average production is less than the marginal production, average production will be started to decrease. That is, so as the marginal production becomes more than the average production, the average product started to decreases. The both marginal and average product fall. Both marginal production and average production, the both will be fall. The marginal product fall at a greater rate, eventually becomes a negative, while average product remain be positive. Average production always will be positive, it will be decline, it will be decrease, no doubt, but always it will be positive. But marginal production will be decreased greater than the average production, it will go on the negative also for some time. Okay, negative returns also we can see. So this is what is called the relationship between this one. Okay, so in this case, okay, now it is I will stop the class. Now whatever you have the queries, please ask me. I will try to explain regarding the subject.
Daddy.
Tell me.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
So please send me the video, sir. Yesterday video we have missed, sir, because of we have another class yesterday on this time only.
No. I'm not getting your point. Please tell me again.
Actually, we have missed economics class, sir, yesterday, because of we
Okay.
have another class on this time only, sir.
On this time, which class it was there?
Public administration.
And political science also.
Yes.
Public
Sorry, sir.
administration, political science.
Political science. We have parallel classes, sir. We have only to attend only one classes only, no, sir.
Okay, that is, I don't
Yeah.
know, but how they given the schedule for me, that you have to contact with the university. I'm not concerned. I am the just outsourcing. I'm taking the class from outside. I'm not
No,
related
sir.
to university.
We have the option, sir. You have to record and share to the chat. Chat means we have to.
That is everything will be under the control of university only. It is not my hand.
Okay, because of yesterday that public political science sir has made like this only, sir.
Okay. That is, of course, some of the faculties are there from the university side. They can have some idea, but I'm not from the university. I'm working outside, not in the university. So I don't have the about that idea. So that's why I told you regarding any administrative things you may concern with the university. So already I told you that regarding any doubts, queries regarding the subject, please ask me.
Sir,
Okay, sir.
సార్ ఇది యూట్యూబ్
Good afternoon,
ఛానల్లో
sir.
కూడా ఉంది సార్ ఇది.
Hello.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
Good afternoon. చెప్పండి.
సార్ మీరు డైరెక్ట్ 4th బ్లాక్ 7th యూనిట్ కి వెళ్ళారు. యాక్చువల్లీ మేము ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఏది కూడా అటెండ్ అవ్వలేదు. సో డిమాండ్ అనాలిసిస్ కానీ
అవన్నీ కూడా మీకు ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసులు జరిగాయి కదా కొన్ని క్లాసులు.
అవును సార్, జరిగినాయి.
Some of the classes it was there in the offline classes. That if you miss the class, I cannot do no.
yes sir, but actually మాకు నిజాం కాలేజ్ లో ఎకనామిక్స్ క్లాస్ జరిగింది అని కూడా ఏం చెప్పలేదు.
Speak in English.
Okay, sure. Actually in our Nizam college they didn't inform anything about economics class, and even though according to my concern there is economics class not was done. Economics class was not done.
That's why please excuse me, I already told you regarding this administrative part, I don't know, I'm not concerned with that one. So that is directly linked with the university and that concerned center. So if you, even though you ask me doubts on that one, I cannot give any answer. I don't have answer for that question.
Okay sir.
So that's why what I'm saying is, if you have any doubts regarding the subject, please ask me. That is what I'm.
Sir, can you share us the notes of demand analysis and utility analysis? Like you have noted down it back now, sir. If in that format, if
I think
we get any
all the materials are available in the in concerned university website. No.
Sir,
yes sir, yes sir.
Not giving.
Sir,
No,
actually
it
we
is
have
available in the university website, all the materials regarding the subject.
Sir,
No, sir.
it's
We
very
asked
easy.
at our consult center, sir. So many times we asked, but they are not responding correctly.
That's why I don't know about that one. That is what I am saying. I am not no way concerned with university. I am working
Excuse
in
me, sir.
government degree college Narayanaguda. I am assistant professor government degree college Narayanaguda. So just they given schedule for me to take some of classes through online. I am taking about that administration part. I don't know. Even though you
Okay,
are you can ask me, but I cannot answer for that one.
Sir, okay sir, we have I have textbook, but you have mentioned these all important topics now, sir. It was very helpful to us. Like you mentioned in class now, sir. So in that type of notes if we get, it will be helpful.
Regarding yesterday and today, so many people are asking about the important questions. So here, actually, I have they given only 6 classes for me. Online classes, only 6 classes given for me. So in this 6 classes, definitely whatever the classes I am taking, that is only important questions. And remaining that, if you want the list of important questions at the end of the class, I will give the list of the important questions. Definitely, I will give important questions for you. But meanwhile, whatever the classes I am taking for you, all these are the important questions for the examination point of view only. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, give me any suggestions or in the YouTube or any link.
That is also university. How they are going to share that PDF or YouTube, I don't know exactly. They will share.
Because of we have a parallel classes, na sir. We can attend only just one class only, na. Because of any sharing means we could try to read.
That's why that regarding the share YouTube link and everything will be it will be concerned with university.
Okay, sir. We will approach the university.
Okay,
itself.
okay.
Political science class is in YouTube.
Political science.
Political science.
Okay.
Yes, they
Okay.
share.
Total all subjects, total all units.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
for all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, friend.
Hey,
Actually, yesterday was.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Actually, we have prepared a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Some of us. So, if
Okay.
anyone want to join in that group, text me. Please note my number.
1 minute. Just wait.
Can you please create economics group?
It's an economics group only. We didn't add any other subjects like political science or psychology or commerce. We
Please
added
tell me the number.
anything. It's
Can you
Hello.
please share
an economics number.
and anyone in political science group?
Can you please can you speak on any one only? My
please
number
your
is
number
950
950
256
Okay.
0031.
0031.
Your name, brother?
Gautam.
Gautam.
My number I'm saying